Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, as always. This is the new year, and if you're wondering what is Lucifer doing on Earth, well, let me tell you. He's talking about everything the world is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Yes, sir, Bob. So, I wasn't going to make a video, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't going to make a video. I was gonna wait until after the new year, but I guess doing something before the new year is good too. And I would also like to tell everyone on say I would like to say or tell whatever. I'd like to shout to everybody a happy new year. Um to my loved ones. Um you know who you are. To my loved ones out there, happy new year. Um so yeah. There is I let's shoot the shit for a second. There is I saw a wonderful movie the other day um called Day Gone. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. It's very interesting. I really like the ending. So if you like horror movies and you want to amass a little bit of darkness, I feel like Day Gone is very good for that. And I also started watching the VHS series. I also started watching VHS series, which is a very good series. It's a horror movie series. It's very interesting. It started in 2012. I had no idea that movie existed. Started in 2012, and there are like at least 5 or 6 VHS movies. Very interesting, scary, very good, very good, very good listen, very good watch. So during this season of the dead, December, January, and February, we are in the season of the dead. So it is important for you to pay respects, to do your mandatory to do your mandatory pay of respects to the spirits, as we do every year. Um, you know, um, I don't think I'll be doing anything grandiose this year. I'll be taking it pretty chill, pretty relaxed. Um, and yeah, man. So a lot of good things are coming for many of us. A lot of opportunities are coming for a lot of us. A lot of power is coming for a lot of us. A lot of success. These are not just New Year's wishes. These are facts. Um, because the global agenda is about to end. The global agenda is about to end. It cannot hold weight anymore. It can't hold any weight anymore. It's not working out. It's not working out. People are waking up. The matrix is glitching. The matrix is glitching. People are waking up. Global elites cannot stop us any longer. So, if you're dealing I I'm sad. I'm sad because I'm a spirit made men. I'm a spirit made man, but I remember where I come from. So I have not forgotten my brothers and sisters coming to this earth. Um and it would seem that the ones that are responsible for history have done a very good job to discourage people from trying to pay closer attention to their ancestral spirits and gods that watch over them. Because a lot of people have issues with um authority. People have issues with authority. People have issues with not just authority, but um wanting to be free, rules and regulations, and because of that, since people do not want to be tethered to outside responsibility from what they already have on their plates, they tend to shy away from getting to know their spirit, because most people know that if they get to know their spirit, they are going to have to do something at some point for some reason. And that's what most people are trying to dodge or evade, you know. And it's sad. It's sad because I know that times are rough for some of you guys out there. I know that times are rough for some of you guys out there, and it doesn't need to be rough. If you would just give a chance to Lucifer to come into your life and help you without being afraid of him, if you would just give him a chance and not use any chains to bind him, if you could set him free, because every time you use him, you set him free. So if you could set him free, he will be happily obliged to respond in kind. Um, but yet, these people that are chosen, these people that are part of us, these people that are one with us, choose yet still to run away from us. I consider this sad. I consider this sad because all you need is at arm's length. All you need in order to be successful is at arm's length. Everything in the mirror, things in the mirror are closer than they appear. Um, so, but I'm guessing, soon enough, people will start to develop their own rituals and practices. Um, because the global elites are doing a good job at keeping 70% of the masses still distracted. 65% probably. 65% of the population is still distracted um with all kinds of traumatic events. um but through this, not through it, but at the end of the day, it's still not gonna be enough, because the plan here is to basically turn the entire earth into a giant Hogwarts school of magic, which is going to have to happen because there is a lot of things that need to disappear in order for us to advance. And as surprising as it would look, AI is not something that needs to disappear. Technology doesn't need to disappear. It's only when I say things are going to need to disappear, I actually mean specific individuals in specific jobs in specific places. There are going to be a lot of people that will end up losing their positions in their jobs. And there are jobs that are not going to exist anymore because they are useless strawman positions. It's just a funnel money, or just a whitewash money, affirmative action type of bullshit. So it's gonna get pretty interesting very soon, and it's already getting wilder and wilder because I'm getting stronger. I'm actually getting stronger. I actually have more power than before, if it's even possible to believe. I'm like, I was pretty powerful already, and I guess you guys can see that. I'm being cocky on purpose because I want you guys to be interested in me and my videos. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just have to do it from time to time so people remember the position that I think I hold in my own head, which is very important for my own personal sanity. So I've grown in power, and I think it's a effect of whatever is going on right now at this time period. And I would like to say pretty soon I'm gonna become very important in world events. Um, but I already am important to world events. Um, and I would like for you guys to join me in changing world events. I would love for you guys to join me in changing world events by practicing um, laws of attraction. And I want you guys to learn how to change the world by using the laws of attraction. Um, I understand if you don't want to do research, you don't want to read or things like that. My opinion is on that is I don't think you're gonna find it boring. I don't think that subject is boring because we're getting into neuroscience. We're getting into like when because the thing is when you listen to the laws of attraction, there's only two reactions that you can have. You can either tell yourself this is complete bullshit, or you can ask yourself why that philosophy would function. Then you have to get into how the brain functions. I mean, at first, of course, you're going to go look for spiritual answers, but in actuality, the answer is in science. The answer of why the laws of attraction works is in science, not in spirituality. Because in spirituality, it's just going to tell you it works, and you should do this, and you should do that. It's going to tell you word for word, minute by minute, what you should do to make it work. But it can't really tell you why it works. And when you want to know why it works, because knowing why it works is going to give you more belief than just doing something because somebody else told you, obviously, which is the biggest part of the laws of attraction is belief. And since you're not using any gods or moral or ecclesiastic techniques in order to achieve um, the result wanted, then you have to understand that you have to literally make yourself believe in something. And in order to make yourself believe in something, you're going to have to use many tools. You're going to have to use tools like listening, learning, researching, things of that matter. Those kinds of tools are going to let you asking yourself the right questions. Those tools will let you figure out this whole law of attraction thing. And it's going to bring you closer to me and make you understand that you hold more power than you can possibly imagine. You are actually a nuclear reactor. You're literally a walking nuclear reactor, bro. Like, humans are literally walking nuclear reactors. It's insane. Pretty powerful shit. We have multiple sources of energies flowing through us at the same time. And we can create forms of energy from our bodies: electromagnetic, plasmic. Shit is crazy. And organic. So, once you figure out these things, I'm not going to get into the whole science of why you're a nuclear reactor. It's complicated. Well, you're more well, basically you're more powerful than the nuclear. Well, it's actually pretty easy. Well, one atom that destroys itself, even though that's scientifically, logically impossible per se. I don't believe that's true. But let's say an atom destroys itself, because if you put things in the microwave, it actually destroys the atom. So I don't know why people say you can't destroy an atom when microwaves destroy atoms all the time. Um, so basically you're a walking nuclear reactor. If one of your atoms in your body would be destroyed, it would equate to an atom bomb. And you're made out of trillions of those things. So there are just certain energies that we just haven't figured out how to tap into yet. So this is just the beginning. It's not the end. We're far from figuring out everything. And we're going to figure out everything. Because there's nobody else here to do it for us. So we have to. But the problem is the global elites, the powers that be, don't want us to figure out these things. Not completely. They'll give us hints here and there, sometimes because they have to, sometimes because they need to, and sometimes they didn't actually mean to, but did anyway. But regardless, what you must know is that they don't want everyone to wake up. The information is there for who's willing to pick it up. But they don't want everyone to wake up. Because if everybody wakes up, all this shit All this government bullshit, all these wars, all this nonsense, all these mockeries that are happening, all these covert operations being done on unsuspecting citizens would be out of the window. No pun intended, no offense meant. So this new year, your New Year's resolution shouldn't be to lose weight or to make more money. This New Year's resolution should be no resolutions at all. This year, you should state to the universe, I am a God. You should state that to the universe. Forget about wishes. Make what you want. Don't wish for what you want. And this is the new style of living that we are trying to slowly give to you guys. We're trying to create a world where you don't need anything. You can create anything. Well, some of us are, not everyone. We're trying to create a world where everyone will have what they deserve and what they wish for by their own means and by their own will, to give space to individualism, creativity, brotherhood, community. Of course, I love money, but I also understand what is money. The capitalists. I'm hearing the capitalists right now. They're screaming, "Oh, well, that's a horrible idea for you." And I'm a capitalist too. But before being a capitalist, I'm a humanitarian. Um, the only thing I have to say for the capitalists out there that love being number one is that there's a place and space for everything. You know, I'm not looking to be number one. I'm just looking to be. Um, but sometimes it takes a great effort just to be yourself. Sometimes it takes the greatest effort to just be yourself than anything else. So for the meantime, try to achieve some success before that time comes, which is going to be a lot later. Strive for success and strive to better yourself. And remind yourself that you're doing this for yourself first and for your family second. Whether you consider your spiritual family or your immediate family the closest is depending all on you. But remember that you're here thanks to them. So, this year's resolution, I am a god at midnight. That's what you should say. That would be my ritual for the night. That would be the ritual that I would do for the night. State to the universe that you are a god. Um, if you're brave enough, because not everybody is brave enough to say something like that and actually believe it. Everything is about belief. Everything is about belief. The more you believe in something, the higher the probability of it happening, regardless if it's negative or positive. Of course, negative things, we live in a negative world, so negative things happen faster than positive things. Positive things, you always need to wait a little bit, for some reason. So be patient, don't give up, continue. And if you want to learn about magic, I can teach you. Um, I'm a good teacher. Um, I'm a very good teacher. Um, if you want to learn about magic, I suggest you do so. I suggest you do so for your own benefit. I suggest you let go of the resentment that there are beings that exist in this universe that are more powerful than you are, because it is resentment. You might tell yourself, oh, no, 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 it's not resentment. It's just, I don't really trust them, because you resent them. That's why you don't trust them. And the worst part is, and the sad, another sad part is that most of us are gods, and because the thing is, like, okay, there's people. I'm gonna. It's like when you, if you believe in, okay, so it's like Lucifer to me is a child. Okay, no pun intended, no offense meant. I don't really see him as a child, but he kind of is. There's a version of his consciousness that is important, that is a child. That child version is actually the most powerful version of Lucifer. The reason for that is that's the representation of the total sum value of what he represents in the vastness of what we so call existence. Since existence is in time immemorial, there is no such thing as time when we're speaking of existence, because existence always existed even when existence didn't exist, because existence just is, and it's not a thing, a person, or a value or number. It's just what is happening consistently. So because of this undeniable fact of, regardless of how powerful you are, you might be more the greatest power in the universe, but compared to everything that could be or everything that is, whoever you might be, you are still a child in front of those unknown unknowns. Because those unknown unknowns exist, which might not be as numerable as I make it sound. This, if you would have the opportunity to become an omnipotent God, you would result in a form of your one of the forms of your own consciousness would be the form of a child, which would be the form that is represented when faced to a, how we say, well, like I said, you know, time immemorial existence, what is or not, beyond the ether, beyond the veil. So, wow, that was crazy. I don't know where I came out with that shit, dude. So, so this is not disrespect when I say this. And the reason why I say this is simply because I have to understand that I have to take care of my relationship just like a father would take care of his relationship with his child. I have to nurture in order for me to gain things and to have more things. And in order for him to be able to do more things or have more power over my life, if I want to give him more power over my life, and I do want to give him more power over my life so he can enact change, well, then, I will have to nurture that relationship. I will have to take care of it. I will have to communicate. I will have to spend time with him. So at the end of the day, it is not impossible. The reason, no, at the end of the day, the reason for that happening is that you are part of that entity. You're part of that entity. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and it's not the first time I say this in my videos. And I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and I was like, you can find out, what God patron you're under, like, and he goes by an alias. So like, and I asked him about his alias, where it comes from. He told me that's his spiritual name. So I looked it up. If that's his spiritual name, then it comes from somewhere. So I looked it up, and we found a Greek, a Roman god with the same exact name that he had. And this guy had no idea that this god existed. He was like, what? Like, how'd you do that? Just looked it up. It took 5 seconds. So this guy was walking around. He's connected to gods, not practicing magic, not knowing any of these things. He's walking around claiming that that's his name, and it is, but he has no idea why and how much power that name has. He has no idea how much power that name has. He has no idea how much power he has. He has no idea. I mean, he has an idea, of course, or he wouldn't be talking to me. But the kind of power I have compared to the type of power most people have is not on par. And I'm sorry to say that. The only reason why I'm saying this, because I can change reality. I can change things in reality. And whether you want to admit it or not, this is what just happened. Regardless of if you want to tell yourself this or not, that's what happened. We changed. A lot of things have changed since what happened to me last year on January. And if we look at what happened through me last year and how the world reacted to it, There's obviously I have an obvious link to a lot of things. And it's not because I'm a Mason. And I wanted to be a Mason, but I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't. Because Masonry, there's a lot of Christianity in Masonry, and I'm allergic. I'm allergic to Christianity, and there's a lot of Christianity in Masonry, and I don't think I should. And I don't think anybody that's a demonologist should be involved in Masonry. Um, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because I feel sick when I get close to becoming a Mason. And it even pisses off Lucifer. And I shit you not. I know sometimes I say shit and it kind of sounds like I'm trying to piss everybody off, but I shit you not. I sincerely think that Masonry pisses Lucifer off. I don't think he wants us to practice that kind of shit. And I understand. You know, I only wanted to practice it just, for the structure, the discipline, and, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But I guess it's not for me. Um, and, before I go, I'm going to say this. There's things that can't be explained, and there's some secret that should only be told between apprentice and master. So and the reason for that is because even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. And I say such outlandish statements that are so hard to believe that even those things that are not even as crazy as you might think it is, um even those things are hard to believe. And there's some things that are even harder to believe than those things. But the weird thing is that the things that are harder to believe than those things are actually a lot more simpler than the things that are hard to believe. And it's a psychological effect. It's a psychological problem. We've been raised to think that way. We've been raised to think that way. So, my biggest advice, if you want to learn the laws of attraction, which you're going to have to do anyways, is to unlearn everything. And unlearning everything is scary because you're basically killing your ego, and your ego is the only reason why you're still alive. So there's a lot of people that grew up by themselves with nobody around, so they've formed a personality and a shell. That personality and shell is called an ego. And you self-learned things too, your defense mechanism, your personality and stuff like that. You implemented a little bit of yourself. So you have a little bit of yourself, you have a little bit of your parents, and you have a little bit of everybody else. So you literally have to unlearn all three of those things and start from scratch and figure out what is needed and what is not needed in order to live harmoniously with everything and everyone else around you. Which is easier said than done. But it's actually, when you start unlearning everything, it's a lot less bad than it sounds. Like, it's a lot less worse than it sounds. It's you end up having a little bit of fun with it. You end up having a little bit of fun with it when you unlearn everything that was taught to you, everything your parents taught you, everything your friends told you, everything your boyfriends told you, everything you told yourself. You have to unlearn those things. Of course, there's a lot of those things that you might keep, only because now that you have unlearned everything and you have learned to relearn everything, now you know what is useful and what is not useful. So you're basically going to have to rummage through your brain and get rid of all the junk. And this is why, with us spiritual people, we tend to have a different type of language. Like right now, I'm speaking a different type of language. I speak a different kind of French, and I speak a different kind of English. It's not the same kind of English or the same kind of French that people are used to. It's a French and English that is dissolved from emotional blockages, either towards the person or towards myself. So I have learned how to not curse people when I speak, because a lot of people tend to curse other people when they speak. A lot of people tend to curse other people when they speak without knowing it, without noticing. Um, Words work magic. Haters wreak havoc, is what the young kids say. It's a true statement. Words work magic. And it's not just haters. It can be anybody. It could even your girlfriend, your best friend. Everybody curses you, and you don't notice. You curse each other, and you don't notice. Sometimes you're just joking and you're saying something, but you just jinx the person. And you have to be careful, because sometimes you can have some resentment towards your friend. You might not hate him, but you might have some form of resentment towards your friend that's gonna make that jinx a reality. You know, and even if that's not the case, just to be safe, I don't do it. I try not to curse people when I talk. So I've removed a lot of dialogue options from my speech pattern in order to gain an advantage for myself, find opportunities, or what most people would call bless people. I can bless people. Like, I bless people. If I tell you you're gonna have a nice day, you're gonna have a nice day. And you can do that too. But you have to learn it, and it's a very common thing. It's a very common thing. That's the worst part. If you do, me personally, when I did my research on laws of attraction, I read at least 3 to 4 books that all said the exact same thing. They all repeated the exact same thing. They all said that you could actually gain an advantage, or find an opportunity, gain an advantage through speech. You can. It's actually common knowledge in that universe, in that world of spirituality. Of course, to you, this all sounds crazy, because you don't know about these things. You don't really check these things out. But once you do start to check these things out, you start to notice that it makes more sense than what you originally taught. So anyway, free your mind of everything, which is, like I said before, you're gonna, regardless if you believe me or not, if you do the research, you're gonna end up with the same result. So free your mind, Neo. It's important. And once you free your mind, just the first step into power is the freeing of the mind. just like in the Matrix. That's the first step. And unlike the Matrix, if you want, because the thing is, life is marvelous. Life is sucks, but at the same time, it's marvelous. Because the weird part about it is, in the Matrix, Neo jumps, hits his face flat on the cement, hurts like hell. But in real life, when you free your mind, you start having fun. When you start by freeing your mind, you start having fun. That's when you start having fun. When you start freeing your mind, that's when you as soon as you free your mind, you start doing things. You start being able to manipulate things around you, manipulate energies and stuff. So just that fact, just going through that process, that simple first step, is already full of power. That very first step is already full of power. And this is where me and the Christians agree. I hate giving out rewards. If you're not gonna, before the person does the deed, I hate doing that. I don't like having people that are around just for rewards. But a reward is still an incentive. So it could be a great motivation. It could be it could give you a good amount of motivation to go through the process. Go through the process. Process. Oh, I can't speak. Sorry. Mouth is dry. I need some water. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Don't worry about the global elites. Don't worry about the global elites. Don't worry about the global elites. Don't worry about your Illuminati ex-boyfriend. Don't worry about your Illuminati ex-boyfriend. Don't worry about your agent ex-girlfriend. Don't worry about your agent friends. Your Illuminati friends and your agent friends, because an agent is not Illuminati. You gotta remember that an agent is different than Illuminati. You know what I mean? Even though the two are connected, but it's not the same thing. So you just don't let those people get you down, because the only reason why that guy is there, this person is in your life, is to make you lose power, is to make you sleep, is to put you asleep, to put you back in your pod. So don't be afraid of them, because they only have one job, and they only have one track minds, and they're incapable of thinking outside the box. They're incapable. They don't have wings. They can't fly. You can fly. You got wings. You can do whatever you want. You can make whatever you want. So some people feel like they are not appreciated for their efforts. I'm somebody that consistently feel unappreciated for my efforts. Consistently. All day, every day. I do many great things, and I have no rewards for them. barely any rewards for them. Sometimes karma hits me once in a while, and I get something good, and every once in a blue moon, and that's pretty much it. So I understand where you're coming from. You know, I'm not trying to diss you. I understand where you come from. I understand how you feel, and I know it doesn't feel good. But one thing's for sure: staying with a bunch of people, like not staying, but taking what a bunch of people that doesn't care about your well-being seriously is more damaging to your health than you think, than you might expect. It's damaging to your health, it's damaging to your mental health, and it's damaging your soul and your chakra. It's damaging everything that is within you, and that's the point. That's the purpose. That's why you need to get away from these people. But I won't tell you what to do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Um, you know, because these people are sometimes our family and our friends and stuff like that. So it's easy to say, but nobody wants to be separated from their friends and family. Especially if you don't know what's coming next or where you're going or what's happening. Can I trust these people? Should I really listen? Probably not. Probably not. I'm probably the only person on the fucking planet you can trust at this point. You know, who knows? I don't know. Uh, but one thing I do know for sure, I'm gonna keep making these videos to help you guys out and wake you up because I'm the operator. I'm the guy. I'm the guy in the chair. I'm the guy in the chair. Um, I'm gonna keep making these videos until until the wheel falls off. Because I'm pretty sure we're not gonna achieve everything we have to achieve in this lifetime. So my job here is going to be to guide everyone towards where we need to go and what we need to do. So and that's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people are not gonna like it. Um, I'm gonna catch flack for it, obviously. A lot of people are going to attack me, slander me, all kinds of shit. Say bad mouth me, say all kinds of garbage about me, all kinds of stuff. But with you guys supporting me, I'll be able to brave the storm. I'll be able to brave the storm. If you guys support me, I'll be able to brave the storm. But if I don't have your support, I won't be able to brave the storm. And like I said before, your success is my success. There's some people that try to reverse the things I say so that they might look good. But in actuality, your success is my success. The more successful you are, the more successful I am. I have no reason to not make you successful because my job entails that in order for me to be successful, somebody else needs to be successful with the knowledge that I have. So I can't really steer you wrong. I don't have the space or the opportunity or the chance to steer you wrong at the current space that I'm in. I'm not saying later if you see me sell out that you should keep listening to me. If you see me sell out later on, you should probably stop listening to me, because it's not impossible. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Not impossible. Like there's a lot of people that sell out on a consistent basis. One day he's your favorite celebrity and he's fucking fighting a great fight, and the other day he's out of here. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. All the time. So don't be afraid of your agent friends and family, boyfriends, girlfriends, man. They're just here to remind you that you're human. But the secret is you're here to remind everybody else that you're inhuman, that you're a god. Your real job here is to remember that you're a god first. And once you achieve godhood, then you start to enact change for the betterment of the world. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of people doing research. I see a lot of people doing research, man. About God and all that shit, man. And I'll make another video talking about that later on. I did catch up on that book that I heard about the other day. What's it called? Revolt of Angels. The Revolt of Angels has been gaining a little bit of popularity over the internet recently. The Revolt of Angels. I'm not a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought it was gonna be. It's basically Pride and Prejudice, but with demons. So I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was a little bit more like Dante's Inferno. Well, there's a part of the book that's a bit more like Dante's Inferno, but the first half is very boring. It's very tedious. Maybe it's not boring for everybody. It was boring for me because I was already going through, some relationship issues, and the first half of the book is about relationship issues. So I was kind of like, ugh, um, sorry about that. Sorry to say that. Um, you know, um, I don't mean to rub anybody the wrong way by saying that. So yeah, I was kind of like blasé when I heard it. But I did listen to it all through the second half, which is a little bit more interested when they to start talking more about demons and how they came to be and what happened and blah 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 and who God really is and stuff like that. So the Revolt of Angels to me is a 5 out of 10 book. Yeah, because the thing is, it doesn't explain where it gets its information from. It just says like, okay, this is that, and that's pretty much it. So I'm like, this is not like clear cut reference. This is just fantasy. This is just like this is theoretical fantasy, like this is theoretical physics. That's how I see it. So but still a very interesting book, worth a look or listen. My recommendations this coming year, if you want to watch some horror movies while enjoying the season of the dead, which is all through December to April to March. That means December, November, January, February, March. This is the season of the dead. So if you want to commemorate the dead or just have fun with your demon friends because your demon friends love horror movies, these are a great recommendation. VHS, the whole damn series, and Dagon. You definitely have to watch Dagon. Dagon is like it's a H.P. Lovecraft movie adaptation of the book. So definitely worth checking out. So there's probably things I should say that I'm not gonna say because I'm not sure if I should say them. But I am gonna say if I don't make another video today, I would just like once again to tell all of my loved ones, the beloveds that I have that are out there that I don't know what they're doing and I can't see because they live too far away, that I love them. I love you all. And I know you're going to have a fantastic year this year. It's going to be a mind blowing year. And you're going to have all the love and attention that you ever wanted out of life. Um, and we miss you, and we wish that you were here with us. So, yeah. With that said, I'm not gonna say more than that. No, I'm probably gonna say more than that in another video, just not this one. I'm gonna just end it right here. So once again, Happy New Year. If I don't make another video today, once again, Happy New Year. Have a good one. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I love you all more than anything in the world. I love you all more than a fat kid loves cake. Okay. See you guys later. I appreciate every one of you guys that subscribe to my channel, that listen to my videos, that comment, and all that. And I wish you all well and power, success, and prosperity. All right. Have a good one. Peace out.